Hello friends, welcome to my channel, myself Parag Dambulkar. In this video, we will see workflow rules in Salesforce. I will explain these workflow rules in a very simple way. We will see one example for this, and from this example, it will be very clear. Now see, what do you mean by workflow rules? Workflow rules let you automate standard internal procedures and processes to save time across your org. A workflow rule is the main container for a set of workflow instructions. These instructions can always be summed up in an if-then statement. Now, what is the meaning of this? Workflow rules are used to automate the business processes. See, again I am repeating. Workflow rules are used to automate business processes, and it can be summed up in if-then statement. What is the meaning of this? We have if-then statement in our programming languages, right? Same logic is applied in workflow rules. If some conditions are satisfied, some actions will be taken. This is workflow rules. What logic get applied in if-then statement, same logic is used in workflow rules. If some condition is satisfied, then some actions will be taken. Now see, that conditions are called as criteria. So see, if some criteria is met, some actions will be taken. So this is how workflow rule is divided into two parts. One is criteria and another is action. If criteria is met, action will be taken, right? If this criteria is met, some action will be taken, right? So very simple. What is workflow rules? Workflow rules are used to automate the business logic, first thing, and then it has the same logic as that of if then statement. That means if some conditions is satisfied or some criteria is met, then some actions will be taken. So criteria already we have seen, it is just like some condition. Then we have action. If criteria is met or some condition is true, then action will be taken. So this is workflow rule action, right? Now see what kind of action can be taken. So see, there are these four types of actions. There are four types of action. So what type of action can be taken? So see, first type of action, assign a new task to user, role or record owner. That means some task can be allocated to user or role or record owner. That is the first action. That is the first type of action. Then second type of action, send an email to one or more recipients you specify. Means we can send email to one or more recipients. That is the second type of action. Third type of action, we can update value of a field on a record in that particular object. So see, workflow rules work on one particular object. It works on only one particular object. That we'll see in example. So workflow rules are made for one object at a time. Okay. Then fourth type of action, outbound messages. Send a secure configurable API message in XML format to designated listener. Now what is the meaning of this? If we want to save some records at particular system, that can be done by sending outbound messages. So these outbound messages can be sent to particular URL or particular system, and these messages are sent in XML format. See, these outbound messages are sent in XML format to some particular URL, and those are saved at particular system. So these are four types of action that can be taken if this criteria is met. So see, if some criteria is met, so these four types of actions can be taken. So see, it is not compulsory to take all these four actions. If we want, we can take only one action. If you want, we can take two actions. If you want, we can take three actions. And if we want, we can take all these four actions. Now see what we will do to understand workflow rules in more better way, in simple way. We will see one example. So see, we have this example. Now see, already we have seen workflow rules has two parts, right? One is criteria, another is action, right? Criteria is just like some condition, right? So see, we have this criteria for this example. Okay, we are taking one example, and for this example, this is criteria. Now see, already I have told these workflow rules are made for one object at a time, right? It is for one object. So see, we are considering this object student. Student is an object. Okay, so we are considering student object. What is the condition? Score. Score is a field in this student object. And what is the condition? If score is greater than is equal to 40. See, again I am repeating. If score is greater than equal to 40, this is our criteria. If this criteria is met, or if this condition is true, some actions will be taken. So what type of action? So see, in this example, some actions are mentioned. So see, first action is update field update. So see, what field should get updated? Exam passed. Okay, this field should be marked. Okay, so this should be a checkbox, and this checkbox should be ticked. It should be marked. So first type of action, that is field update. Then second type of action, email alert. An email alert should be sent to the object owner or creator. Okay, so to that object owner, some message, some email should be sent. Then third type of action, task. Okay, so we can allocate some tasks. So see, task should be assigned to test 3 user to review the student score. Okay, so to this user, test 3 user, we will allocate one task. And what type of task we are allocating? To review the student score. Okay. Then outbound message. So we have seen outbound message here, right? This is a fourth type of action, outbound messages. So see, for this problem statement, outbound message to be sent out with the student details. So student details should be sent to some particular URL. So we will see this problem statement. If this criteria is met, then these 4 actions should be taken. And for this, we have to create a workflow rule. And this workflow rule will have 2 parts. One is criteria and another is action. Right? Okay. Now we will create workflow rule. So we have logged in Salesforce developer.org. Okay. Now so we will click on setup. Here in quick find, we will search workflow rule. Okay, so here we got workflow rules. We'll click on this. So here some information is given about workflow rules. You can go through it. Okay, now we'll click on continue. Okay. Now see, so we'll create one workflow rule. So for that we'll click on this new rule. Okay, continue with workflow rules. Okay. Now see, already I have told workflow rules are made for one object at a time, right? It is made for one object, one particular object. So here we have to choose that particular object. Okay, so see here in our problem statement, we are working on student object, right? Student. Here see, in this problem statement, we are working on student object. So here we have chosen student object. Now we'll click on next. Okay, we'll scroll down. Rule name will mention score greater than or equal to 40. Description, if you want to give, you can give some description. Okay, now see, there are 3 things. Evaluation criteria means when criteria should be checked, when record is created or when record is created and every time it is edited, means when it is created and also whenever it is edited. When record is created and anytime when it is edited to subsequently meet criteria. That means when criteria is made, then only this rule will be checked. Okay, so we have these 3 evaluation criteria. When record is created, and whenever it is edited. And third is created and when it is edited and also the criteria is made. At that time this rule will be checked. Okay. Now see, rule criteria. Okay, so run this rule if the criteria are met. Okay. So what is our criteria? Here you can see. What is our criteria? Score. This is one field in this student object. Score is greater than or equal to 40. This is our criteria, right? So see, field. So student score greater or equal to 40. Right? So this is our criteria. When student score is greater or equal to 40. Save and next. So our first part is done. Here you can see. See, our workflow rule has 2 parts. One is criteria and another is action, right? So criteria we have done, right? This part we have done. First part is done. Okay. Now second part, action, workflow action, right? There are 2 types of workflow action. One is immediate workflow action and another is time dependent workflow action. Now what is the meaning of time dependent workflow action? That means when you want to take action. So after 1 week or after few days, something like this. Okay. So it is time dependent workflow actions when this action should be taken. And immediate means whenever rule criteria is made, immediately these actions will be taken. So this is the meaning of immediate workflow action. Okay, so for this example, what we will do, we will set immediate workflow action. Okay, now see from where we can add workflow action. So for that, here we have this drop down, add workflow action. Now we'll click on this. So here we have four types of workflow action: task, email alert, field update, outbound message. Now see, this task by default will be there for the standard object, but if you are working on custom object, so this task will not be there. To add this task in this workflow action, we have to do some small setting. Already I have done this setting, and because of that you can see task here. So see, what is the setting I will tell. See, here we have this student object, right? Click on this, go to the object definition page. So see here, click on this. Here we have view object. This is our object definition detail page. All right, track activities should be ticked when you are working first time with the custom object. At that time it will not be ticked. So to make it ticked or to make it checked, we have to do some small settings. So see, we have to edit, scroll down, and here allow activities, this checkbox you have to tick. Allow activities checkbox you have to tick. When you tick it and when you save it, you can find track activities checkbox will be ticked. And when this track activity checkbox is ticked, you can find task in workflow rules. So see, again we'll go to setup, workflow rules, continue. So already we have created this workflow rules, right? So we'll edit this. Okay, we have added, already we have added criteria. Okay, save. Now we have to add workflow actions, right? We'll click on edit. So there are four types of actions, right? Task, email alert, field update, outbound message. And for task, we have to do some small setting. So already I have told what setting we have to do. Okay. After that, for custom object, here we will get this option new task. Okay. So one by one we will do. Okay. So we'll see task, new task. Okay. Then assign to. So we'll select some user, test 3 user. Okay. Subject, review student score. Okay, unique name, due date. So by what time it should get completed. So see, what we'll do, rule trigger date plus 2 days. So within 2 days this task should be completed. Okay, other things will keep it default. Now we'll click on save. So we have added this first action, right? We have created one task. What is the task? Review the student score. So first action we have added. Now second action, email alert. Okay, email alert. So see, here description, some description we can give, unique name, something like this. So what we'll do, email alert test. Here we'll add email alert test, something like this. So see, in this workflow rule, we have to send one email, right? So for this email we require some template. So first we have to create template. So see, already in last video we have seen how to create template. So see, what we will do, email template. So our folder is my email templates. So see, what we will do, we will create one email template. So see, new template. Suppose I'm taking Visual Force. Next, we have to tick this checkbox, available for use. Some name we will give, test for workflow rule. Okay, unique name, description, test for workflow rule. Okay, subject we will add regarding student score details. Okay, now see, email subject. So same thing we will add. Okay, recipient type, so we'll keep user. Now related to type. Okay, so that we have to mention. So what we'll do, related to type, we'll mention student object. So student underscore underscore C, because it is custom object, that's why it is written like this, student underscore underscore C. Okay, now we'll click on save. Okay, so template is created. So this is default message. congratulations, this is your new Visual Force email template. We can change it. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll change, and here we'll add some fields. So see, we'll remove this congratulations, this is your new Visual Force email template, and we will add our own message. Okay, so I have added this message. Congratulations, following student is passed. Details are as follows. Name, so see, related to dot name. So name will be printed from the student object. College, contact, department, exam pass, roll number, score. So all these are the fields of student object. Okay, so we are taking these values from the student object. Okay, so done. Now we'll click on save. So we'll click on email templates. So here you can see test for workflow rule. So we have created this template, test for workflow rule. It is of type Visual Force. So now we will use this template for our workflow rule. Okay, so here we'll type workflow rule. Okay, now see, we'll edit this. Save. So see, one action was already added. Now we have to add other actions, right? So we'll click on edit. Okay, add workflow action. So new email alert. Okay, so some description will give. Something like this will mention email template. So see, whatever the email template that we have created, that email template we will mention here. So we have created test for workflow rule. Okay, so that template here we have mentioned. Okay, now say recipient type user. So see, recipient type. So who should be the recipient? Who should get this email? So suppose I am mentioning this Parag Jambulkar. Okay, so Parag Jambulkar should get email for this. Okay, now we'll click on save. See, by this we have added second workflow action, right? First was the task, second is email alert. Now third workflow action, field update. So see, in our problem statement, exam passed, this field should be marked, right? This field should be marked. So see, in our student object already I have added one field, student passed, so that we can tick that particular checkbox. Okay, so see, field update. So something will give test, something like this, test for workflow rule, unique name, student, something like this. Now see, field to update. So see, from the student object. Why here it is showing college object? Because college object is parent object of student object. That's why it is showing college object. So here we have two options, student object and college object. So we will choose student object. Now see, we will take exam pass, this field. Okay, so type is checkbox, right? And what action we have to take? We have to make it ticked, we have to make it marked, right? So we'll select this true. Now we'll click on save. So this is our third workflow action, right? First was task, second was email alert, and third is field update, right? Third was field update, and now fourth is outbound message. Outbound message. Okay, so here we'll mention test for workflow rule, unique name, something like this, description. Now here we have to give URL of that particular system where we want to save the messages. Here we have to enter URL of that particular system, but now we don't have. So what we will do, here I have entered my website URL. Okay, now see, scroll down. Now which field data you want to send? So suppose I want to send college, then contact, department, exam pass, then suppose name, roll number, score, something like this. So whatever the data that we want to send to that particular system. Okay, so this thing I have mentioned. Now we will click on save. Okay, so see, by this we have added all the four actions, right? Task, email alert, field update, and outbound message. Now see, our workflow rule is ready, right? We have added criteria and we have added actions, right? Now we will click on done. Now we will check it whether this workflow rule is working or not. Okay, so see, we'll click on the students, we'll click on go. So see, there are 3 students, right? We have 3 students. Now see what we will do. For some student, we will add score more than 14. For example, for Varat Joshi, what we will do, we will add score, suppose 47, something like this. Okay, so this score that is more than 40 we are adding. Okay, now we'll click on save. So see, we have added score for the Varat Joshi, right? Now let us see whether task, email alert, outbound message, those are sent or not. Okay, so see what we'll do. We'll check this Varat Joshi. Now see, this exam pass, this checkbox should be ticked, right? What we were expecting, once it is changed, this exam pass, this checkbox should be checked, right? But it is not checked. Why? Because we have not activated workflow rule. We have not activated workflow rules. That's why actions those are not happening. Now see what we will do. This 47 will remove, save, and first we'll activate workflow rule. Okay. So again we'll go to setup, workflow rule. So always keep in mind, when we activate workflow rules, then only it will work. Okay, so see, this is our workflow rule, right? So here we have option to activate this workflow rule. So see, we will click on this activate. Afterwards, if you want, we can also deactivate it. Okay, so now we have activated this workflow rule. Okay, now again we'll go to students table. Okay, so for this Varat Joshi, what we will do, we will add score. So last time we added 47, right? So same thing we'll do. Save. Okay. Now see, we'll check for Varat Joshi. Now here you can see exam pass, this checkbox is ticked and it is automatically ticked. Why? Because in workflow rule we have mentioned this action that exam pass field should be ticked automatically or it should be made true automatically. So first action is done, right? Now see, we'll check mail. So here we got this mail. So here you can see, congratulations, following student is passed. Details are as follows. So see, name or college, we got ID of the college row, then contact number, college, exam pass, roll number, score, right? So we got this email and automatically we got, when we made score is equal to 47. So see, score we made 47 and automatically we got this email, right? So this was the second action. Now see, third action was task should be allocated to test 3 user, right? So that was our third action. So see what we will do. Here we will check. We'll log out. We'll get login by third user. Click on login. So here you can see in my task, this is the task, that task which is allocated to this user, test 3 user, right? So this task is allocated to this user and even this user will get some mail. So that also we can check. So see, this test 3 user got one mail that one task is allocated to him, right? And by this URL he can review it. Okay, so this was our third action. Now see, fourth action was outbound message, but here we don't have any particular system's IP address. So what we have done, so just for sake I have mentioned my website's URL. So see, that particular system, one message will be sent and that message will be of type XML. And what will be that message? So here you can check, click for WSDL. So if I click on this, so see, this is message in the form of XML. So this message will be sent to that particular system, whatever the system URL that you are mentioning. So to that system this particular message will be sent. So this is our fourth action. So see, we have set some criteria and as per the criteria these 4 actions are done. So this is the simple example I have given to explain workflow rule. I hope you have understood everything. So friends, I hope you like this video. If yes, then click on like, subscribe to the channel and don't forget to press bell icon so that you will get notification of my next video. So stay connected. Thank you.